Oh, I saw a Brad Flick and the Skylar King there.
We're here at Sega of America for their big community event. I've got my PSP, as you can see, and this is a delicious sandwich. I mean, look at how colorful this is. This is truly American, as you imagined it.
Hey, what are you doing?
You're not supposed to see this.
Are you emulating in Sega of America?
That depends.
Oh yeah, we're nowhere near. We're nowhere anywhere.
Shout out to David the Lurker. Yeah.
Hi, David. I hope your family meeting is going well. That's what he's doing right now. He's
Really?
having a family meeting.
Baby, what are you doing? Here's Sega of America, baby. What are you doing? Okay, bye, baby.
Alright, any other questions before we start? Cool. So I need, let's see, 4 teams of 4.
I've never played a PSP. This is the first time holding a PSP, actually. I will lose the hardest and do it in fashion, in style.
Yeah, but can your PSP do this?
You mean emulate
What?
Genesis games in Sega of America?
Did you just say the E word?
Alright.
Getting dramatic shots of now loading.
Alright, there you go. Look at that.
So what's your guys' main strategy in this tournament?
Go fast.
Go fast?
Or around your characters that says which team.
Pretty straightforward.
Get it? We got it! Mission complete!
You know, when they said go fast, they were not kidding. How does this game work? I just keep getting shot in the face. Do it. No, dude, how you do that? Here, help me.
I don't know, I've never played this before.
Help me with this game.
Oh, that's camera. What do I do?
We are
Can I run up to
in
him?
this tournament. So what brought you guys here?
Was here last year, so wanted to come again this year.
By the way, thank you for calling me and letting me know that this is, you know,
Group event, so I bring my boys.
yeah. You guys big time Valkyria Chronicles players?
Mostly Fantasy Star for me. I mean, but I played the demo and I love it.
Cream, what you playing?
Oh, I'm playing Valkyria. I'm shooting the hell out of it, but I'm not actually on target. I maybe should switch weapons. I'm gonna watch my language too.
Yeah, there's a baby here.
So we're at Sega of America with Garrett.
You know World Mirror on PSO World.
Yes, we're playing some PSO. We're playing some Valkyria Chronicles. And how's this event for you so far?
Well, so far, you know, it's at least as good as it was last year.
What drove you here? What drove you to this place?
Well, first and foremost, I'm a big fan of Phantasy Star. Have been for years. But you know, I'm also here representing PSO World.
What do you think of Sonic having green eyes in Sonic 4?
I'm fine with it. As far as I'm concerned, it's established. His eyes are green. I don't know what people are complaining about. It's like 5 pixels on the screen. Who cares?
Alright, what about blue eyelids?
Still doesn't bother me. What color should they be?
No. Alright. The most useful speed booster ever in Sonic the Hedgehog 4. Alright, I'm using tilt, so it might be a little bit... Wow, I sure got that invincibility faster.
You didn't get it at all. How do you play a tilt-based game that has no momentum in it?
Hold it at a 45-degree angle, and then you win. You have to wait a while, but...
Wow, look, you're winning. Oh wait, now you're gonna go left.
Yeah, sometimes you have to tilt it the other 45 degrees. And sometimes if you press this button, you'll win faster. As long as you don't fall into one of the 25 bottomless pits in this level. I think somebody's brain is about to explode because we have Ben Callow and Ken Ballo
How you doing?
in the same room.
Together for the first time, just as you imagined.
I was gonna say that.
That's alright. It's kind of sad when you know your doppelganger is better looking, taller, fitter than you. What are you gonna do?
It's all that whitewater rafting.
There you go.
What's customer service like with something like Sonic Free Riders or?
Sonic Free Riders, we had 2 contacts for total since the games come out. One was just, this game is fun, but it's really tiring. And the other one was, this game is kind of frustrating because I can't get to do what I needed to do. And in both cases, I think I was able to help the customer and really get them where they needed to go. With the one customer that loved the game and was really tired, he was overcompensating.
He was doing too much movement.
Yeah, too much
work.
He was expending too much energy. Whereas with the other customer, he calibrated incorrectly and had overcompensated by putting in too much lean, because then that's where he had to lean in order to do a sharp turn.
So you've done a lot of hands-on stuff with Free
Well, we had
Riders.
to actually look at Free Riders.
Are you pretty good at it?
I suck at it.
Hey. There's a few positives, you know. There's a few things. It is a game that was made. That's a positive.
It's functional.
Alright, so Sonic 4, obviously a pretty big title. Obviously lots of people that have very different opinions from it. If anything tells us that, besides the forums, it's also the reviews. So this is a really cool chance for us, while we've got you guys here at Sega, to kind of ask you what things did you like the most about Sonic 4, what things did you think could be improved the most in Sonic 4, and what things in the future that might not have been there the first time would you like to see for the rest of the series. One of the biggest things that I think a lot of people talked to us about in the beginning physics, right? So that's one of the first things that I think is on the list. Even to be fair, like Sonic 1 and Sonic 2, different physics. You know, and like it changed a little bit in between the games, not like a massive amount though. Right.
It should be because you're going up. You want to go in there, and if you're going from 1 to 2, what's wrong in 1? We fix that in 2, and then so forth. And then when you get to 4, it's on a technical level worse than 1. So that's which is kind of
or at least different. I mean, and that, I think the big thing to
I don't like this is nothing against anyone. I don't like the word different because
it's making an excuse.
Yeah, it's kind
and
of.
again, I want to stress the point that this is Sonic 4. If you want to be different, there are so many titles you can experiment with. But when you're advertising this continuation, these original series, and you're saying how it's going back to the roots, respect the roots. I mean, it's not respecting where these games came from.
You know, is very valuable feedback. Now, to be fair here, we should point out first, Ken and I are not programmers.
No, hold on. Don't give me a false.
Right.
I think that
Yes.
it's just a question of like having a continuing sense of movements more than it is, which actually I think has a lot to do, including with just the level design itself. You know, which I imagine will be another bullet point of like, you know, like someone brought up of like, you know, there being so many walls that just stop you, I guess.
A lot of the level design.
Some has like, you know, I believe Sonic and Knuckles like had the whole like maze thing going on as opposed to just going straight.
The terrain is unique in every like it's not just like the way it looks. It's.
You don't have to rely on quote-unquote gimmicks to define a level. I mean, these levels in their flow should represent what the theme is.
Yeah.
I mean, the flow of the level is far more important than the gimmicks. The gimmicks are obviously an integral part of the Sonic experience, but the actual flow of the level is far more important. You can't just copy and paste that and just move elements around. Like it was referenced earlier, without relying on the gimmicks, they have their own distinct feel beyond.
You're talking about pacing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the pacing that changes from each one.
What Sonic's known for nowadays is speed. Sonic is fast, but they think Sonic is meant to be known for his speed, and that's all it is. But in the classic games, it wasn't all speed. You have those levels where you're supposed to slow down and think about where you're jumping to.
It was something that is a characteristic of them that you earn, and it's not something that just shows up.
Well, one of my biggest pet peeves with this game, and this is in a lot of Dim's made Sonic games, is there's always this section towards the end of the level where there's a bottomless pit. In this game, you either have to homing attack a chain of bubbles, or you have to jump to some platforms, and it's...
Every level ends in a bottomless pit, and it's
frequency. Is it still?
It's frequency, and
frequency is a big part of it.
it's also like a trust thing too. Like you trust that you can fall and you're gonna get saved, but when you keep doing that, then the players are afraid to explore. And with the multi-tiered level design of Sonic, if you're holding them back from exploring because they're afraid that you're gonna pull the rug out from under them, then why have multi-tiered level design at all?
The artwork of the levels. There's really no originality or character to them. I know that there are certain cliches that go along with the zones in Sonic games, like you have the tropical paradise at the beginning, you have the ruins, you have the water level. But if you look at the original Genesis games, they made an effort to make these levels original and independent to stand on their own. It just feels like a tribute to the originals rather than being for, being a sequel, being its own thing.
Okay, totally fair. I actually kind of felt this.
I haven't seen the Sonic 4, but from the previous Sonic games I played, one thing I've noticed is Knuckles, he's got dreads, he's got a hip-hop soundtrack, and he sounds like a dork. Yeah.
Storyline-wise, do you guys think it's appropriate for Sonic 4 to kind of carry on the tradition of the originals in terms of how the story is presented? Which is to say, there's no voice acting, there's no speaking, and the characters kind of show what they're intending and what they're doing through their actions as opposed to words. Is that something
I
people are
believe
cool
that
with?
is an absolute necessity.
I will tell June actually. Don't like the music.
Well, I like the music itself, but the instruments really need to be changed.
Absolutely.
It's the same sound for like each instrument in it. It's like every instrument is.
The original games aimed with the original Genesis hardware tried to emulate real instruments. It wasn't trying to be overly technical electronic instrumentation. And you go ahead and you make it high definition, next generation graphics, and then you go back a step backwards with the music. There's no reason this music can't be defined with real instrumentation.
I remember in an interview, Jun Sonoya said he was looking for Mega Drive development equipment.
Took care of it.
All right, just making sure.
Just let you know.
Yeah, he did.
No, I talked with from Red Channel.
He talked to Dustin, Mr. Wyatt.
Do I have closing thoughts? Yes. I mean, obviously we're aware of a lot of what you guys feel about Sonic 4. I mean, I don't want you guys to feel like you either message the blogs or you said it on Facebook or whatever that it hasn't been heard, that we're not listening. I mean, the reality is that we are. I mean, this is the reason I'm here late at night on a Friday when I could be really working.
We're actually going to have to pretty much wrap it up right there so we have enough time to give you guys free prizes. No one wants that, right?
I won't complain more.
Complaining is a prize. Aaron, what'd you think of the second annual Sega Community event?
It was awesome. It's always an event where it's like any event you play at the last minute, you're always like, did I get that right? Did we get that prepared? And of course there's those emergencies, but it was a great event, I think, in terms of we had awesome food first off. Good to have that, but even better than that, the games and the people that came out for it too. The Sonic 4 feedback session was fantastic in my opinion. We've got the board behind us that kind of tells us all the many things that came of that. All of which I think are good opportunities and good things for Sega to take to heart as a company, on ways to improve the series going forward. So event-wise, I think we had a fantastic turnout. We had a ton of passionate people. It's always good to see the fans, to meet them face to face, and then to be able to take the feedback. It's fine online. You can still get stuff online, but it's even better in my opinion getting to talk to them face to face because you get that certain level of communication that you don't get when you're online typing on a forum or a message board or a blog. So definitely a worthwhile event. I hope that everyone had fun.
So Aaron, thank you very much.
Thank you guys. Thanks for coming.
All right.
Wow, Sonic Freerider said he actually moves for a month.